Brick Chick here with a review on the LEGO Creator Park Street Townhouse. This is set number 31065. It's recommended for ages 8 through 12 and contains 566 pieces. I am super excited to build this set. When I first saw the pictures for this set, I knew I just had to get it when it came out. I absolutely love LEGO Creator house sets, and this one looks amazing. I love the colors, it just looks so good. And then since this is a creator set, you can rebuild this into a cafe or a suburban home. So this is what the front of the box looks like. Then I'll go ahead and turn this around so you can see the back of the box. Looks pretty cool. Alright, let's open this box up and see what's inside. I opened up the box, so now we can see what's inside. First thing in the box is a big bag of pieces. And here's a smaller bag of pieces. And here, oh good, the instruction booklets are all together so they didn't get all folded and warped. I hate when that happens so much. There's still more pieces. Here's a smaller bag of pieces. Some more bags. A bag of pieces. I'll just dump this out. Here's a small bag of pieces. Still more. There we go. And one more big bag of pieces. Alright, so we have 6 bags of pieces and some instruction manuals. Let's put this set together. Alright, these are the 2 minifigures that come with this set. Here's the female minifigure. She looks good, but there's nothing too special about her. She has that orange blouse, which I do like, but it is a pretty common torso. She has those blue pants. Her face, I think that's pretty common. It's definitely not new. But the only thing I would say is special about this minifigure is her hairpiece. I really like that. And this is newer and not that common in that color. And then here's the male minifigure. He's wearing a dark blue suit, which looks nice. I like the face that he has, and then I really like the hairpiece that he has. I don't know if that's new, but I've definitely never seen it before, and I definitely don't have it. And I really like how it looks in that color. Here is the cafe, which is the first and smallest build of this set. First you get this little red scooter or moped type thing, and then this also comes with this dark green helmet, which you can have one of the minifigures wear, and then you also get this briefcase here. And now moving on to the actual cafe. This is definitely my least favorite out of the 3 builds in this set. There are some things that I really like about this, but there are some things that I definitely don't like about this. Starting out here on the front, there's kind of this sidewalk here, and I like the color scheme on this with the gray, dark red, and tan. I think that looks good. There's some nice windows on the front. And then over here is kind of like this overhang area where one of the minifigures can park that scooter in there, and then they can go inside through that door. This piece here is used to represent like a drain pipe, and then turning around the side starts to not look so good. There are kind of some weird colors thrown in here, and then around the back it really doesn't look so good. This is definitely not a camera friendly angle for this build. Just all these colors in here just really doesn't look good. I really wish they were able to cover that up better. But now moving on to something that I really like about this build, the outdoor sitting area. This just looks amazing. This is definitely my favorite part of this build. There are the flowers and the wrought iron fencing and the use of these ladder pieces up here and the foliage and flowers along that. I'll move these figures out of the way so you can see the sitting area a little better. There are 2 of these chairs, and they use these kind of half round tile pieces. I think those look good. Then there's this table here, and on top of that is the all important coffee mug. There's even some nice tiling back here, and there's a window. This awning looks great. I love the colors with the white, and I believe this is dark azure. It just looks very pretty and inviting and adds some character to this cafe. This section here was actually attached using a ball joint. That is a pretty clever building technique. Now let's check out the inside of this cafe. The whole thing opens up thanks to the use of hinges. There's not much going on the inside. I do really like this coffee maker though. I just wish you couldn't see it from the back of the cafe. There's this little stool over here. I do wish there was an oven in here so you can actually bake like pastries and things like that and not just make coffee. I feel like they could have fit a little oven back there. And then over here there's a little plant in the corner, and then I'm guessing these are supposed to represent coat hangers. And then this just closes back up. And now checking out the roof, this is pretty cool. I like what they've done here. There is no way to actually get up to the roof, no ladder or stairs or anything, but I guess that's okay. You can just kind of use your imagination when it comes to that. There's this little bench over here. It's a simple build, but I really like it with the dark green and the white, and then that was a smart use of those flourished bricks there, and then there's this lantern over here. And over here is this neat rooftop garden. This actually opens up. That's a nice use of that window piece there. Inside are some plants and flowers, and there's even some sort of watering system for the plants. That's really cool, and then this just closes up. So that is the cafe. There are some things that I really like about this build, such as this outdoor sitting area, this awning, and then this cool rooftop garden. But there are some things that I definitely don't like about this build, such as how it looks from the back, and then kind of the lack of interior detail. But I have to say this is a pretty good build for it being the smallest build in this set. The second build of this set is this Suburban home. This Suburban home looks smaller than the previous build, which was the cafe, because it's definitely not as wide, but it is definitely taller. I have to say I really like this build. I can't say that I like it more than the cafe, because that's kind of like comparing apples to oranges, a house to a cafe, and both builds are great in different ways. First, I'll go ahead and turn this house all the way around so that you can see it from every angle, and now we can check out the front yard. I love that this house has a large front yard. There's some fencing along the front and side of the yard, and then there's kind of a suggested sidewalk there. There's a bench here, a cool fountain, and then some plants. The front door opens up, and I like the blue color that it's in. I think that looks good. There's this porch light, and then I like this window, how it kind of juts out. I think that looks nice. And then moving up to the second floor, I love how this window looks here. It's just very detailed. I love the use of these half-round tiles and the studs and these flourished bricks and also this arched piece. It's just a very ornate and detailed window, and I absolutely love how that looks. And there's another window on this side. It's not as detailed, but it still looks nice thanks to this flower bed. And then up on the roof, there's not really much going on, but I am glad that they didn't just make a flat roof. That would have been really boring. They used some roof slopes and also some fence pieces to make it look more finished. And now looking at all the different colored bricks that this house uses, the dark red, the tan, and the sand green, using that many colors can be kind of risky, but I have to say I think they all kind of come together and work well together in this build. I do kind of wish that they left out the sand green. There were a ton of tan bricks not used in this build. I think they could have easily just put tan bricks there, but I guess they just really wanted to incorporate that sand green color into this build. And now we can check out the inside of this house. Down on the first floor, there's not really much going on. There's this sink back here which looks good, but I find it kind of weird that there's just a sink. So there's not really a kitchen in this house because there's no oven or anything else. There's just a sink. But I do like that there is this window in front of the sink and that they use that arch piece for the window. And then there's just this red lounge type chair, which again, I find kind of weird that there's just this chair there. There's no table or anything else. It's just kind of a weird place for it. And then moving up to the second floor is kind of this eating area. And unlike what's going on down on the first floor, I really like this area. I like this table. I like the colors of those stools. I really like how this light is built. But I feel like the second floor is kind of a weird place for this eating area. I wish that they put this down here instead of just that lounge chair, and I wish this room was used as a bedroom or a living room. So yeah, I don't really like the interior of this house, but something that I do like about this house is this awesome greenhouse. I absolutely love how this greenhouse looks, and I was waiting until the end to show it to you guys because it's definitely my favorite part of this house. This is just such a clever and cool idea and really makes this house unique. I am still in awe of the brilliant use of this new angled bay window piece to make the top of the greenhouse and to create that curved look. This just looks so good from every angle. I just can't believe how simple and pretty straightforward this build is. It's built regularly and then turned on its side and attached using these clip pieces, yet it still is a very clever and brilliant build. And because there are windows on both sides and on the top, a lot of light gets let inside, and as if this thing couldn't get any better, it actually opens up so you can get access to the inside. Inside there's some sort of watering system here, and then there are various plants over here. And then this just closes up and all comes together perfectly without using any crazy building techniques, just a very clever use of pieces. And that is the Suburban home. Just like with the cafe, there are some things that I really like about this build and some things that I definitely don't like about this build. I absolutely love the large and detailed front yard with the bench and the fountain and the plants and everything. I love how the front of the house looks. The front door and this light and that amazing and detailed window. I love how that looks. And then of course I love this greenhouse. It's just so unique and a very clever build. And then moving on to things that I don't like about this house, I'm definitely not crazy about the interior of this house. It just really doesn't work for me. Like on the main level, there's just a sink, nothing else for a kitchen, just a sink, no oven or anything. I think that's kind of weird. There's just this random lounge chair there when you come in the door, and then the eating area is on the second floor. I would have much preferred if the eating area was down here, and then this area up here was used as a bedroom or maybe a living room. I know it's really hard to work with small spaces like this, but I do feel like they could have done a better job designing the interior of this. Even though I am disappointed by the interior, I still really like this house and I think it's a great build. And finally, here's the Park Street Townhouse. This is the largest of the three builds and is the main build of this set, which is featured on the box. I'll go ahead and turn this house around so you guys can see it from every angle. First, let's take a look at the front. Oh, and before I forget, I'll go ahead and show you this brick-built dog that is included with this build. I think this looks pretty good. I like the clever use of this antenna piece for the tail. The head looks pretty good with like the ears and the nose. I'm guessing this is supposed to be like a poodle or Bichon. I think it looks pretty good. And now looking at the front of this house, there is a narrow sidewalk that goes all along the front. Then there's also some fencing. Over in this corner there's a trash can and this lamppost with some suggested street signs. The front of this house looks absolutely amazing. I love all of the detailing and all of the colors used. I like the use of the sand green over here, and then there is a window for the basement of this house. And then I love the use of dark red. I think it goes really well with the tan. The detailing here looks really good, even though it's pretty simple, it just looks great. There are stairs leading up to the front door, and then over here is a porch light. If you're wondering what these small gray pieces are, those are actually bolt pieces. I believe that these bolt pieces were first introduced in Nexo Night sets, and they are recolored in dark gray here, and these are just inserted into these nose cone pieces to add that nice detailing. And you may have noticed that those bolt pieces are also used down here and up here to add some small details. I'm definitely going to play around with those and use them for detailing in my mocks. Over on this side there's a small window with some flowers on the windowsill. And then over here is this amazing looking bay window that continues from the first floor up to the second floor. This just looks so good. I love those new angled bay window pieces. I cannot wait to use those in my mocks. These flourish bricks and cheese slopes are used to nicely finish off the bottom of this bay window. And then up here is this pretty flower box. Moving up, the roof looks good. I like the use of these brown roof slopes and then these short fence pieces. On this side of the house is a fire escape, and you can get access to this fire escape by climbing out of this bedroom window, which makes sense, but what doesn't make sense is how this fire escape is shaped. Or should I say angled. I'll use this minifigure to demonstrate. So say he climbed out of the window, then he would have to climb down this ladder at a very weird angle. It would make more sense for the ladder to be at this angle. You know, this is typically how you would climb a ladder, but instead they have to climb at this strange angle, go onto this platform, and then climb down this ladder. But I think it was a good attempt. It looks good, but it doesn't necessarily work well, but I think it's important for this house to have a fire escape since it would be an urban house in the city. And then over on this side of the house is a small yard. Since this is a house that would be in the city, the yard isn't very big, but I am glad that they even made a yard. There's a fire hydrant in this corner, and this tree over here looks really good. I like the use of those lime green foliage pieces, and on top of the tree is this bird, which looks pretty good. I like the colors, and then there's this bench here. And now that you've seen the outside of this house, I think it's about time that I show you the inside. Starting down here on the left is a living room. Over here is a white couch, which is small, but it works. And over here is this cool looking flat screen TV. I really like this. I think it's a neat little build. And over on the right is this fireplace. It's a simple build, but I like it. I love the use of this white arched piece, and there's even some flames in there. And now let's move up to the main level. On the left here is the kitchen. In the corner is a small table with a coffee mug on it. I wish there were some chairs for the minifigures to sit in though. And then for the actual kitchen, there's not much going on, but there is this cabinet and a nice looking sink. And then on the right, there really isn't anything going on. This is just where the front door is. I wish there was a table or something in that corner. It just looks kind of empty. So if this house were closed up, you would walk through this front door and then you'd be in the kitchen. And now moving up to the second level, this is where the bedroom is. To get access to the bedroom, you can just open this window up. The only thing in this bedroom is this bed. Not that you could really fit anything else in this small room, but I do like this bed. I like the colors, it looks good, but it is small, so you can only fit one minifigure on it. And then you can just close this up, and over here on the right is a small balcony. I like the use of these short fence pieces that go around the balcony. On the balcony is this red lounge chair and then also this umbrella, which looks good, and you can actually angle it, which is cool. And then there are also various plants and flowers going along here. And now that I've shown you the outside and the inside of this house, let's see how it all closes up. This house is actually hinged using this hinge brick down here and this hinge plate up here, and thanks to those you can actually close this house up. I think this house looks good when it's opened up and when it's closed. So this now becomes the front of the house because you have the front door and the steps there. Over on the side is the yard, and then the balcony is in the front, which I think looks good. From the side it doesn't look too good, but if you have this in a city you would probably have another building next to this so you wouldn't really see this. And here's how it looks from the back now. It looks really good with the bay windows, and then the fire escape is over on this side. And now for my overall thoughts on this house. It's definitely my favorite out of the three builds because it's the biggest and has the most detail. And I love pretty much everything about this build. It just looks so good from the front with the bay windows and the dark red and the sand green and the blue door. It just looks so good together, all the little details. I love this yard area over here. Fire escape looks good even though it doesn't really function properly. And I do really like the interior of this house. I'm very impressed by the amount of detail that they are able to fit into such a small space. I love the living area down here with the TV and the couch and the fireplace. There's even a small kitchen, and there's even a bedroom up here. I do think it's a little weird how these windows kind of close off the bedroom, but I do get that they wanted some separation between the bedroom and the balcony, and I don't really think there's a better way they could have done that. So yeah, overall I would say that there's nothing that I definitely don't like about this house. And that is my review on the LEGO Creator Park Street Townhouse. Overall, I really like this set and I do like all three builds, even though there are some things that I don't like about the cafe and the suburban home. They're still great builds. I think it would be really challenging to be a designer for LEGO Creator because you have to make a set that can be built into 3 different things. And I think the designer of this set did a great job. This is an awesome set, and for $50 this is a great deal. And even if you don't like how this set looks, I would still recommend that you get it because it has a ton of bricks, windows, and plates, which are great for building mocks, and that's actually the reason that I got this set, because not only does it look cool, but it also has a lot of useful pieces for building mocks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe so that you know when I make new videos, and also leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about this set, and thanks for watching, guys.